Hello, Aries. Welcome to your May 2021 reading. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you're unsure of how to find your Sun, Moon, or Rising signs, I have a link for you in the description box down below. You just need to plug in your birthday and your birth time if you know it, and you'll find all of that information about your planetary aspects. A little bit different this month than last. I have already shuffled off camera and then laid out the cards so that you don't have to watch me shuffle, because that's a very painful process and would make this video an entire 10 minutes longer than it needs to be. So everything is laid out, and last month for each card I had a meaning. I was like, oh, this represents your fears, or this represents, past energy, yada, yada, yada. Didn't do that this month except for one card, which is your own energy. The rest is just your story and overall energy for the month. So this is a general reading, so take what resonates for you and then leave behind the rest for somebody else. So not very specific to everybody, but just give a lesson, and then, check out other videos for your moon and rising sign or sun signs as well. All right, so we're going to get started. So as I said, your own energy here is this page of swords energy. There's a lot of enthusiasm here, a lot of hype energy, right? Being like really excited for something in the future. And it's like this spark that you have, like this idea, this like, you might find that you have like an awesome idea and you're kind of like batting it around in your mind and deciding whether or not you want to focus on it and if it's something that you want to pursue. And there's a lot of excitement around there, and it's definitely something to explore. On the flip side with this as well, I just want to caution some of you just to be aware of people who are around you and to be sure that you know exactly what their intentions are with you. You may find, especially with having like some ideas, if you're like sharing them and expressing them, that some people like to your face are like, oh wow, that's an amazing idea, but then behind your back they're like, they can't do that, or that's destined to fail. And that can totally bog you down and really get to you, but it's coming from a place of almost like jealousy, or stuff that they're dealing with on their own, rather than being something that is actually reflective of you. So I know it's hard to hear that, especially if people are gossiping about you. It's hard to not take that energy on, but the encouragement here is to like sort of sweep that away, and stand up to it if you need to. And speaking of standing up to things, we've got the Seven of Wands. So you may find that with this idea that you have, or this direction that you want to go, that you have to stand up for yourself, and you really have to stand your ground and be firm. You could find that some people are going to be challenging you, and sometimes they're good challenges as a way to make you think about things differently. But I feel for a good many of you, it's just people being jerks in their challenges. And, these are things that could like start to sow seeds of doubt within your mind. So it's going to be very important to resist that. And you may feel shaky, and you may feel like this lack of confidence, like you're not really on firm ground with this right now. But you're encouraged to just like stand firm, because you will ultimately be victorious. And the overall energy too, before I go further with each card, is about really feeling your self-worth this month, and about really acknowledging like what you deserve for yourself and what you deserve to have in your life. And I feel that a lot of you are going to be letting go of a lot and just moving on, which isn't always a happy moment in the moment, but ultimately is something better for you. And we're going to get to that in a moment. But there's just a lot of just feeling worthy this month, and really understanding that you do deserve good things, and that you are worthy of, being respected, and having your ideas respected, and having your work respected. And that if there are people and situations in your life where you're not feeling that kind of respect, either emotionally moving on from the attachment to those places or actually physically moving on. But next up, we're going to look at the 10 of Wands in reverse. And so that is like that overwhelming energy that you have, things that are like a burden on your mind, a burden on your heart, even sometimes a physical burden. And you feeling like you need to carry all of this yourself. And there could be many reasons for that. Again, you not feeling like you're worth being able to share this burden, that maybe people wouldn't want to help you, or you may worry what people would think about you if you reach out for help and say that you need help. But the encouragement here is to understand that there's people that want to help you and that you deserve to be helped. And for some of you, it may look like, at work, you took on a project and, you can get it all done on your own, but you really don't want to, or it's really just too much on you right now. So it's time to delegate out some tasks and say like, hey, I need you to do this. And hey, I need you to do that. It's not weak. It's not wrong. This is what you need to do for yourself in the moment. For others, it's, a little bit more on an emotional level, and it's about sharing how you feel. And instead of like bottling things up, just finally being able to say, listen, here's what's been on my mind. This has been really bothering me. I need to express that, and then letting it out to whoever you feel safe to communicate that with. And then, as I said, there's this moment of deciding, like, should I stay or should I go? And for some of you, this is like very physical, like an actual move someplace else, because where you're at right now isn't fitting into your life. It's not working out for you. It's not bringing you any more joy, and it's holding you back. And then for others, this is more like mental or emotional. It's making a decision to move on from something mentally, emotionally, even spiritually, because it's no longer serving you. So that's, you'll know what I mean when I say this. It's going to be individual for you, but definitely taking a look at where you are now and seeing what's not working, what's not fitting in for your life right now. And it's not a comfortable moment to make that decision to move. It's not comfortable to like cut ties and to turn your back on some things and move forward in your own direction. That can cause sadness. It can definitely cause you some sadness. Sometimes there's regret. Sometimes, you've worked so hard for something and it just doesn't work out. And you may be holding on to it because you worked hard, but the message is, you did a great job. It was very noble, but it's just not working for you right now at this time in your life. And there's something better out there, but you need to cut ties with where you're at right now. So again, you may feel sadness from that. You may feel a sense of grief even from that. And yes, it's going to affect other people around you, but it's what's best for everyone, to be able to move on. And again, for some of you, that's a physical move. Others, it's more emotional. And then for some of you, it's both, right? And a physical move is an emotional process as well. We have the Queen of Cups here, and I do feel for a lot of you, this isn't really your own energy. I feel this is somebody there to help you. It's a lot of nurturing energy, very motherly. Doesn't have to be a mom. It might be your mom, or it might be somebody else's mom that you admire, but it doesn't have to be somebody who is a mother. It's just somebody who has that kind of energy. They're just people that have like that motherly sense about them. They're very nurturing. Not necessarily a woman, it could be a woman, could be a man, could be somebody who doesn't express themselves either way, but just somebody who's very, very nurturing and who is there to help you. And somebody who makes you feel safe to express yourself. Again, it's about like unloading that burden there. And again, you may feel this reluctance to express yourself and to, let these emotions out and to, say what's been on your heart. You may feel a reluctance to be vulnerable. And that may come again from a sense of like this lack of self-worth, or this lack of confidence, and feeling like you might be a burden to other people, but you're not. You deserve to be heard. That's like screaming in my head again, like you deserve to be heard. So I'm actually going to leave it at that, because I just feel like it's like telling me like that was the point. You deserve to be heard. All right. Then we have the Queen of Wands, and I feel this is more you. So whereas the Queen of Cups is somebody coming in to help you, the Queen of Wands is actually more you. And so we've got this energy going on this month of like, finding confidence, standing your ground, feeling your self-worth. And that Queen of Wands energy is really encouraging you because like this is what you're meant to be. So you might not feel like you're at this point right now, but I do feel like this Eight of Cups energy, you making this decision to like stand up for yourself, stand up for your ideas, release and move on, ultimately will bring you to this Queen of Wands energy. And who is she? The Queen of Wands is somebody who's very balanced, very powerful, very secure, also very nurturing energy. Somebody who's very comfortable with themselves and confident with themselves. So again, you may not feel that right now, but it's coming, especially as we move through, this energy here. You may find that by standing your ground, by standing up for yourself, by speaking your truth, by expressing your emotions, by, just being honest with yourself and with other people, you may find that eventually your story and what you've been through is what inspires other people. And you're going to be in like that more of a leadership position. People are going to want to listen to you. People are going to see that you're somebody who, is very driven and motivated, and they feel inspired by that in you. They're inspired by your story, so if you feel some inklings of like, wanting to lead something, wanting to like, sit in this throne and be an inspiration to people or to share your story, definitely do that. Start laying the groundwork for that. If you're not feeling that yet, know that this energy is there for you, and it's about moving through this. It's about, standing firm and expressing and letting others help you get to this moment. And then finally, we have the Star card, which is gorgeous energy. And what is, again, screaming in my mind is being comfortable in your own skin. I think it's finally shedding like a lot of these burdens here, shedding the bull crap and being comfortable with who you are, releasing and moving on. And you may have found what you might need to move on from is the old you. And you're moving into a new version of yourself. But like the words comfortable in your own skin are like what's just really loud in my mind right now. And you can see on this card, she is comfortable in her own skin. I mean, she's sitting there hanging out with like, a bird, her star, in this little pond here, and she's totally nude because she's comfortable with who she is. She's not afraid of, being nude in a pond outdoors, right? There's a lot of hope in this card. There's, this, the Star card does bring about like new beginnings and hope and whatnot, and reminds you to have faith, even when things are a bit rough in the moment, that, better things are on the way. But the biggest message that I have here for you guys right now is that comfort in your own skin. A very beautiful energy for this to end on. And I just want to pull a oracle card really quick. And I just dropped one. Hold on. See, that's what happens when I try to shuffle stuff. So we're going to pull a card for you right now, just to end this. We'll split. All right. Cheetah. Wow. You're like I think like the fourth or fifth reading I've done this week that has gotten this card. I've used this deck a lot this week. All right. Get clear on your intentions, stay focused, and move quickly to achieve your goal. So I'm going to leave it at that. Know what you want to do, be willing to move towards it, and, shed what you need to shed so that you can move quickly towards your goals. But, allowing yourself to feel confident and allowing yourself to feel worthy is a big theme this month. All right. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I will see you again in June. Bye-bye.